Welcome back to the Roger Report, the only place on the internet where the news cycle doesn't just move, it explodes. We're talking about the kind of seismic shifts that rewrite the record books and have you glued to your screen. The sports world is a whirlwind, and we've got the absolute hottest, most unmissable updates delivered straight to you. Get ready, because the biggest stories are breaking right now, and you're going to want to hear this. From legendary returns to shocking upsets, we're diving deep into the action that's dominating headlines. Don't blink, you might miss it. First up, the quarterback carousel keeps spinning, and this week it landed on a legend making a thunderous return. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, stepping onto the field for his Pittsburgh Steelers debut and facing off against his former team, the New York Jets. Was it just another game, or was it a statement? You're about to find out. But the drama doesn't stop there. We're also diving into the polarizing personality of Aaron Rodgers himself. After that explosive game, did he double down on his feelings about the Jets, or did he play coy? We've got the inside scoop on his post-game comments and what they reveal about his mindset. And finally, we're breaking down the strategic chess match that unfolded on the field. Who made the game-winning plays? What were the critical moments that tipped the scales? We'll give you the full breakdown of the Steelers' Wild Week 1 win over the Jets. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single moment of the madness. Aaron Rodgers delivers a statement in Steelers' debut. Get ready, NFL fans, because Aaron Rodgers just made his Pittsburgh Steelers debut, and it was nothing short of spectacular. Facing his former team, the New York Jets, at MetLife Stadium, Rodgers unleashed a performance for the ages, leading the Steelers to a nail-biting 34-32 victory. This wasn't just a win, it was a declaration. Rodgers, the four-time MVP, was surgical, completing 22 of 30 passes for 244 yards and tossing 4 touchdowns. He looked sharp, he looked confident, and he proved that he still got it, especially against the franchise that moved on from him. The game was a back-and-forth thriller, with the Jets' new starting quarterback, Justin Fields, also putting on a show in his debut. Fields showcased his dual-threat ability, throwing for 218 yards and a touchdown while adding 2 scores on the ground. However, it was Rodgers and the Steelers who ultimately sealed the deal. The game's fate hung in the balance in the final seconds, but a crucial defensive play by Jalen Ramsey on 4th down, knocking the ball away from Garrett Wilson, secured the win for Pittsburgh. The Steelers' offense fired on all cylinders, with key contributions from DK Metcalf and a variety of receivers finding the end zone, including Calvin Austin III, Jalen Warren, and Jonnu Smith. Even Breece Hall had a strong showing for the Jets with over 100 rushing yards. Fans erupted on social media, debating whether this was a true revenge game for Rodgers or simply a dominant performance. Analysts are already buzzing about the Steelers' potential with Rodgers at the helm, and the Jets are left to ponder what might have been. The narrative is clear. Aaron Rodgers is back, and he's making an impact. But was this just about the win, or was Aaron Rodgers sending a message? We've got the inside scoop on his post-game comments and the surprising things he said about the Jets. Rodgers taunts and the Jets' new direction. Aaron Rodgers didn't just win his Pittsburgh Steelers debut against the New York Jets. He savored every moment, leaving MetLife Stadium with a message for his former team. In a thrilling 34-32 victory, the veteran quarterback threw for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, silencing any doubters who questioned his ability to perform after his exit from New York. What truly set the sports world ablaze were Rodgers' post-game actions and words. As he walked off the field, he was seen gesturing to the crowd, seemingly encouraging the boos, a clear nod to his departure from the Jets. In his on-field interview, he didn't hold back, stating, "I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets." He further elaborated, suggesting it was a chance to remind those within the Jets organization who might have doubted him that he still possesses elite playing ability. This fiery display comes after a tumultuous period for Rodgers with the Jets, where his first season was cut short by injury and his second was marked by off-field attention and on-field struggles. The Jets, under new head coach Aaron Glenn, opted for a change, bringing in Justin Fields, who also showed flashes of brilliance in his Jets debut. Fields' performance, including 2 rushing touchdowns, offered a glimpse of the future for New York, but it wasn't enough to overcome Rodgers' veteran prowess. The sports community is divided, with some applauding Rodgers' competitive fire and others criticizing his perceived lack of class. Regardless, his words and actions have reignited the debate about his legacy and his relationship with the Jets organization. But was this statement intentional or just a byproduct of a competitive fire? We're digging into whether Aaron Rodgers was truly making a statement to the Jets or just enjoying the game. Rodgers' mixed signals, revenge or just fun. Aaron Rodgers' Pittsburgh Steelers debut was a dream scenario, a dominant performance against his former team, the New York Jets, culminating in a hard-fought victory. He threw for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, silencing critics and proving his enduring skill. Yet, the narrative surrounding his return is far more complex than just a win-loss column. Following the game, Rodgers' comments to the media painted a picture of a player relishing a revenge game. He explicitly stated his satisfaction in beating everybody associated with the Jets, hinting at a desire to prove a point to the organization that moved on from him. This sentiment aligns with the Jets' decision to pursue a new direction under head coach Aaron Glenn, especially after Rodgers' injury-plagued and attention-grabbing tenure. However, in classic Rodgers fashion, his message became somewhat muddled. When pressed further, he also expressed a desire to simply have fun today, creating a confusing dichotomy. Is this a calculated statement designed to remind the Jets of what they lost, or is it a genuine expression of enjoyment in playing football again? This ambiguity has left fans and analysts debating his true motivations. The situation is further complicated by the Jets' own promising performance with Justin Fields at quarterback. Fields displayed his own impressive skill set, adding another layer to the narrative of what could have been for both teams. While Rodgers' performance was stellar, the Jets' future with Fields offers a compelling counterpoint. Fans are weighing in on social media, with many expressing frustration at Rodgers' perceived inconsistency in his statements. The question remains, what is Aaron Rodgers truly trying to convey? While Rodgers' words might be debated, his performance on the field is undeniable. But what were the key plays that sealed this wild Week 1 victory for the Steelers against the Jets? Steelers snatch victory from Jets in Rodgers' thriller. In a game that had it all, Aaron Rodgers led the Pittsburgh Steelers to a dramatic 34-30 Week 1 victory over his former team, the New York Jets, in a contest that went down to the wire. Rodgers, in his Steelers debut, delivered a vintage performance, throwing for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns, proving his worth against the franchise that opted for a new direction. The game was a showcase of quarterback talent, with Justin Fields, the Jets' new signal caller, also making a strong impression. Fields, who faced his former team in the Steelers, threw for 218 yards and a touchdown while adding 2 crucial rushing scores. The Jets even took a late lead in the fourth quarter, setting the stage for a potential game-winning drive. However, critical moments swung the momentum. A costly fumble by the Jets' Xavier Gipson gave the Steelers a short field for an easy touchdown. Then, in the final minute, with the Jets driving for a potential game-winning field goal, Steelers cornerback Jalen Ramsey made a game-saving play, knocking the ball away from Garrett Wilson on 4th down. This defensive stand set the stage for kicker Chris Boswell to nail a 60-yard field goal with just 63 seconds left, securing the improbable win for Pittsburgh. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin praised the effort of his new additions, highlighting the contributions of Rodgers, DK Metcalf, who had 83 receiving yards, and others. The Jets, despite the loss, can take positives from Fields' performance and Breece Hall's dominant rushing game, 107 yards. The NFL world is buzzing about the Steelers' thrilling start and the ongoing saga of Aaron Rodgers. That's the game recap, but the story doesn't end there. We're diving into the fiery post-game comments from Aaron Rodgers himself. Was it all about the win, or was there more to it? And that's a wrap on another electrifying episode of the Rodger Report. We saw Aaron Rodgers make a triumphant return, leading the Steelers to a thrilling victory over his former team, the Jets. We've dissected Rodgers' fiery post-game comments and debated his intentions. And we've broken down the critical plays that decided that nail-biting Week 1 matchup. What an incredible start to the season. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. subscribe to the Rodgers Report for all your daily sports news, and ring that notification bell so you're alerted every time we drop a new video. Drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers' performance and his comments. And be sure to follow us on all social media platforms for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.